I'm down with that. All right, so next up, a delicious diversion for Briv. That was next up on the to-do list. But no, normally, if I were playing this account as a full-time account, I would have stayed in that adventure. I just want to be clear. I absolutely would have. I would have completed that variant. Get up here. So this one, they give us armor. So here's a lesson in armor, folks. Armor sucks. Unless you're the one that has it. You really want to have a multi-hit champion like Ashara here. Ashara is going to be our MVP. She's going to be what's removing all the armor. We're down a lot of slots here. So here's the problem. We're not going to be able to put in Nayeli because we can't really take advantage of the heals from Nayeli. So our heals are going to come off Briv once we get Briv high enough. We're going to use Ashara. Rats and crows are the armor type, are the beast type that are going to come out armored. Technically, Minsk in beast form will let us do more damage to ensure that we're taking off armor every hit. So that is somewhat beneficial here. We're going potpourri spec because that's what buffs Ashara. But we're not going to use Celeste because she couldn't buff anybody or heal anybody from this far away from the tank line. I'm going to level up click damage. Clicks will click through armor if you have enough damage, but only once every 5 seconds, so it's not something to rely upon. Also, please remember, while these crows and rats spawn into the area, they aren't necessarily like what you need to kill to clear the area. So, if you just wanted to face tank them while Jarlaxle pokes all the normal things in the back, phrasing, you could do that, but your tanks won't like it. Okay, I'm going to focus on Jarlaxle a bit to get us up to the gold find boosts so we can get this going a little better. That'll be some good YouTube content. These will go up on my YouTube. I gotta start cutting out episodes this weekend. I gotta remember to do that. This is what sets Corport from hacks like Volox. One of the things. Is there a way to see the blessing screen in mission selection? No. A lot of this stuff just isn't available in the campaign screen. We call this the campaign map. A lot of stuff isn't available here because the game just hasn't loaded it in at that point. They have made some things available and they're trying to do more things, but normally to get to blessings you have to be in a run. No, okay, so that wasn't popping up before. Okay, we can get a little. Oh, got like 2 of those. Great. Okay. Well, when we get back to Tomb, that'll be helpful. What did I get over here? 10 variants. So it does count event variants. That's fantastic. I'll take that. Because then I can come over here and I open that right away. Who got gear? Jarlaxle with a blue. It's another blue. I'll take it. On my core and evergreens, I'm already green, full green or better. So we're just trying to get those gold chests open to get everybody blue or better gear. But for my event champions, I need to open electrums or named silvers to fill in this up to green before I start opening gold chests. So that's the efficient way to do it. Oh, the event screen with the tiers and achievement stuff. Can't see that from the map either. I want that one on the map screen. It needs to be. You need to be able to unlock, pick a champion slot from the campaign map and then go into their stuff instead of having to get in an adventure. So we'll see. Can shiny items be upgraded? Everything can be upgraded. Are we talking rarities? Yes. You can get a white item which is the lowest rarity. It can be shiny. I've seen pictures. And what that does is it shinies the entire item slot. And that way, when you upgrade that item slot's rarity, it stays shiny the whole time. Same thing with item levels. Item levels are for the slot. So you have multiple things you can raise. You can raise the rarity of an item. You can raise the item level of an item. You can raise the gilding of an item because it can go from normal to shiny to golden. And then you can also add a legendary effect, and you can add pigments. All of these things get added permanently. The only thing that ever comes off is if you have something shiny and then it becomes golden. It will kick the shiny off because you can only have one kind of gilding, and it will refund you a potion of polish that you can put anywhere else. But gildings you get the highest version only. So if shiny is 50%, golden is 100%. And so if it was at 50% and then you get the 100, it would feel a bit like a ripoff. So they give you the 50% you can put somewhere else. But everything else is permanent. You need 2 shinies to increase rarity? No. That's not rarity. So shiny is a gilding. Shiny is a guild. It's the inner border. Right now, these are normal or bronze or copper, however you want to look at it. Shinies are like this. It's a silver inner border, and it says shiny level 49. That is its own thing. That is gilding. Rarity is the green outer border. You upgrade that by opening more chests and looting a higher rarity card. And then the item level goes up by duplicates. So whenever you get a duplicate of the same item, you get item levels. Or blacksmithing contracts can give you item levels. So they all upgrade in different ways. And 2 shinies don't make a golden. Golden are, for the most part, based off cash rewards, like cash purchases. Like if we go over here to the shop. Nope, that's not the pack I wanted. Let me show the chest rewards like this. So if I were to buy a bunch of chests, like a generic chest, your golden is the Brunor. But normally, like, it's for a champion, like, oh, that's Dirge, no. Gold Dark Urge chest, if I were to buy a pack of gold Dark Urge chests with cash, I get the golden item that is Dark Urge damage. This is the weekend chest, and this one gives a golden as well. This is for Dark Urge's Ceramorphosis. Yeah, so some packs in the shop will come with a golden, but you can, shinies can and a lot of potion of polishes and come in packs in the shop. But you can technically get an item shiny just off of a rare drop. It's a 1 in 1,000 chance when you're opening a chest for gear that gear can come out shiny. Which is hard to do on event champions, but it happens. But just know that shiny and golden are multipliers for power on the slot. So shiny is 50% more power. Golden is 100% more power. You do not have to shiny or golden anything to get the equivalent power. You just need to add more item levels. So again, cash not required to play this game. You can get the same power level just by continuing to play and getting item levels. Upping your item levels. So for coming back, I didn't realize that Narak got a rework. They massacred my boy! Totally missing out on 60 stacking his keys. Oh god, I can't handle Narak now. Narak used to be a DPS support, and he was my personal DPS, my DPS main, if you will. And in his rework, they took the DPS tag away, so now he's a pure support, and then they gave him an ultimate that is questionable. Some people just can't do it. The game sometimes just can't support it because of lag. It's a dexterity-based minigame, and it's just rough. And if you don't participate with it, you're just leaving power on the table, because that is where his power comes from now. It's rough. It's rough. The massacred my boy. I'm going to go beasts here for the reason I said earlier. The beasts are the armored enemies here, so that'll help me get rid of armor stacks the further I go in. Why is it better open champion golden chest after getting at least all green items? Gold chests, all gold chests that drop gear have a rule that applies to gold chests and nothing else. And that's that they will guarantee you an upgrade to either green or blue. Green is the lowest rarity that a gold chest can drop. Blue is the mid. And then occasionally you'll get lucky and get a purple out of a golden chest, right? But there's a pity timer for purples, but that's beyond the scope of this. The idea that we're trying to do when we're gearing up a champion is to get them to blue or better as quickly as possible, like as efficiently as possible. So to do that, you want to rely on that gold chest rule of green or blue, but you want it to always be a blue because gold chests are hard to come by. So if you use electrums and silvers and named silvers to gear up your champions to green or better, then open golds. Those golds will draw you 6 golds will get you full blue or better gear on that champion. It is the most efficient way to gear up champions. Now with core and evergreen champions, usually you just want to stick to, well, I'm a new player, so I'm opening up both electrums and silvers for all of my champions, But once I got to green or better gear on all my evergreen champions, the core and evergreens, I started saving my electrums specifically for event champions, because then electrums will focus on those champions more so than the others because they have worse gear. Yeah. So just kind of some layers of some rules and how the chests work. Is this actually the first 11 slot formation? No, because this isn't actually taking up a slot. It doesn't count as... Like, if we were to put Desmond in here, it should only give you 2. Although I think someone was trying to say it gave you 3, but technically you should only be getting... There should only be 2 escort slots taken up. I don't have Desmond to be able to test. Everybody's into a pretty solid place here. Remember, we got to get to 175, so I won't be able to just ride click damage all the way, unfortunately. So I do have to be efficient with my leveling up, but I do have a lot of favor. I got EO9 favor and the event now, so this shouldn't be a problem at all. Happen to know of a good setup to farm murder stacks? The best way to do it is with what I refer to as a Chumbawamba variant. And that's a variant where the enemies get knocked down and they get back up again because you're never going to keep them down. It's basically, that's like a Relentless Peril, Relentless Perils in Avernus, Twilight Twist in Waterdeep, Unexpected Geist, I think that's in Barovia, where there's an undead enemy and you kill them, but then they sit there for a few seconds and then they get back up again and then you have to kill them again. And if you do that long enough, eventually they're the only thing on the screen and you'll have 100 of them. And you can just have a tank and whoever you're stacking kills on. And when they get up, one attack, like with Dark Urge is AoE, one attack could potentially wipe out all 100 of them at once. And then you stack up speed potions and you just build up tons of stacks. Unfortunately, I've done all those variants on my main account, so I have to do it the harder way. I either have to go into a variant that could potentially do something where it spawns tons of enemies, like Jaheira's oh no. Jaheira has a variant, and now I can't remember the name of it. Well, basically, it's ravens. Unkindness of ravens. That's it. Well, basically, every time you kill a raven, more will spawn, and eventually that's all that's coming out are like hundreds of ravens, and you're just constantly killing. Something like that will work. Or you can hop into Mad Wizard, one of their spawner areas. Like Area 3 is a spawner area where it just streams endless amounts of enemies, like very, very fast, like as fast as you can kill them. And then if you add in, like, for something like that, if you add in Melf or Tatiana, they can both produce extra enemies in certain situations, and that can just get you lots and lots of stuff. That's like the worst case scenario. You go to that kind of place. The best is always a Chumbawamba variant. Oh, great. I got a shiny Shara. Steam trading card. I got to look through those at some point again. I have so many. I need to just dump them all on the marketplace and then buy another game with all of it, I guess. The best manual is E-Manual in Tunic, yes. Yes. Tunic, for those of you who are new, Tunic is my all-time favorite game. It is just absolutely wonderful. It delivers everything I've ever wanted in a video game. Nothing makes me happier. Absolutely nothing makes me happier than that game. Yeah. One day we'll have to play it through again. One day. I've got Tunic. I got a Tunic sticker. I keep right here with a manual. I got a Tunic plushie. Come on. Sit. Sit, manual. Sit. I have the physical collector's edition physical manual for Tunic. I've got Tunic shirts and sweatshirts. I might like Tunic a little bit. So I have 2 blue, 1 white, and 3 green Dark Urge. Cool. Okay. So I should wait for getting the last white upgrade until I open more of his gold chest. Yeah, that would be the most efficient way to do it. Is just keep either buy a pack and open up named silvers for him, or use the Electrum for the code today, Musk Toad Ratu, and hope that it falls on him. But yeah, that's the more efficient way to do it. Doesn't mean you have to do it. It's just more efficient. Again, you can play this game however you want, but we tend to try to give answers about like playing it at a high efficiency. Oops, I didn't mean to upgrade that. Playing it like highly efficiently in some cases. Hey, Shevik. Yeah, I don't like 2K Tatiana. 2K Tatiana is what, 37, but 1K Tatiana is 30. Right, with the feet, so I'm good. I got my Tatiana to 1K, and I'm like, oh, I'm not going above that. There's diminishing returns there, and I don't want anything about it. So here I'm going to go with the flow that ups my healing, and because Briv heals everyone, that basically is gonna help to keep Nieli alive too, based off people hitting Briv. Got them both. Nice. Calgaden, they should. Oof. Man, after killing them the second time, you didn't get murder stacks. They should. I'm going to chalk it up to that variant, but I would even submit a ticket and say, why am I not getting credit? Did I have pirates? Tunic did not have pirates. And yet it's my favorite game of all time, so. Yeah. That's how good it is. It overcomes the lack of pirates, dwarves, and Wookiees. Because those three things are big for me. Oh, Champion J, that's matter of opinion. Yeah, not reading that out loud, but I appreciate it. But I appreciate it. As you're clicking at level 65 do so much damage and costs a lot? It does so much damage because every time I level it up, it does more damage. See, 1e20 now, and I do it again. 2e20, 4e20. It costs a lot. I mean, it's a linear scale for cost to click damage. And what you're looking for here, like how long should you level up click damage instead of leveling up your champions? It's based off the area you're on. There is a direct relationship in this game to area and enemy health. It depends on the campaign, but a general rule of thumb is as long as your click damage is equal to or higher than the area you're on, you can keep pumping gold into click damage to try to kill things. Now, again, it's only going to help on things with regular health. It doesn't do much on armored or segmented health. You're going to have to use champions to take care of that. But yeah, you can just keep, as long as I keep earning gold, I can keep going further. And the amount of favor I have is going to determine how far I can level this up. Like if I can keep it ahead of the curve of area level to go further. You're 65 level in the 18s? Are you in an event or not? Because that's going to be part of it. Maybe they scale click damage different in events. I don't know. I thought it was just flat scale everywhere. I've never paid attention, but I don't have. This is a brand new account. I don't have anything that would be buffing click damage at all. Fun fact. Did you know that before the invention of the crowbar, crows would just drink at home? Yep. Mm-hmm. That one I read out loud. That one's worth it. I don't know, Funny Cinema. I don't know what to tell you because I haven't. This is a brand new account, so there's nothing that would be manipulating my click damage to higher levels than yours, other than I'm in an event run, and I don't know if you're in a regular run or not. If this says level 65, and it's like right now I'm at level 75, 5e9 to E22. It should be a flat curve, but if it's not, I don't know. I honestly don't pay attention. I just know. Ooh, I got a blue there. That was rare. I'll take it. I got that out of a silver. I'll take it. I just know that that general rule of thumb almost always works. And again, it may be that it's changed in an event versus a regular campaign because the scaling here has changed too. I don't know. What is the farther story? So yeah, in Idle Champions we use the term forther usually. And it's because of an advertisement featuring Binwin and Crowy. They made for the game. You can still find it. It's probably out there somewhere. Where they're like, yeah, and then you can level your stuff up and go farther. Or is it further? Are we doing farther or further? Well, I think it's and in this game it's forther. And okay, forther. Go forther with like it's a really funny, it's just a funny little bit in an Idle Champions ad that features Binwin and Crowy. So I try to keep it. I try to keep it alive by using Forther. And we're on an ad break, folks. I wonder if that's out there anywhere. Hold on. Binwin plays Idle Champions. Wow, I can't believe those episodes are on YouTube. Oh my god. I wonder if they've got the one with where they call that group or not. Oh my god, that was. I don't see a video. I don't see a video that has the ad in it, unfortunately. But occasionally, like on if you'll be watching like TTRPG streams, occasionally you'll see it. Let me see if it's just. I wonder if the CNE account has the ad on there somewhere. Oh, here it is. I think. Hold on.
Hi, I'm Binwin Bronzebottom, celebrity dwarf and video game enthusiast, and this is my sidekick, Crowy.
Hello.
We're here to tell you about Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons-based strategy management game from Codename Entertainment. They're Canadian, so you know it's good.
Let's talk about the game. Did you ever play Cookie Clicker?
Of course not.
This game is a management game like that, but with far more emphasis on strategy. And with a flavoring of D&D's lore and legendary heroes, you can unlock your favorite champions like Farida from Aaron and Evan's Brimstone Angels saga, Minsc and Boo from Baldur's Gate, and the fourth and final member of Acquisitions Incorporated the C-Team, Amy Falcone's Walnut Dongras.
The K is silent.
Create the best adventuring party possible based on the formation options, your character's ability, and the obstacles and enemies you face.
Or you just randomly click on things like I do and hope for the best.
Click on enemies to assist your champions, or you can set them up and walk away and let them do their thing. It's entirely up to you.
I'm playing on the toilet right now.
Why wouldn't you be? Idle Champions is available on all your favorite gaming platforms, including tablets, for the low, low price of free. So download it now.
And with joke.
You're not supposed to read
It says end with joke.
No, we're supposed to come up with a joke to go with where it says end with joke.
I don't know, end with joke is pretty funny.
Wait, on three, ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
End with joke. I think it's funny. It's very funny.
Muted. That's okay. That's what. This is what captions are for, folks. That's what captions are for. Dalcoons gifted a sub to Garbled for life. Thank you, Dalcoon. I muted it so you wouldn't get an echo while we were watching that video. But the closed captioning is coming from it is feeded directly off my mic, whereas the mute is a hard mute in the streaming software that just doesn't send my mic's audio to you. So captions will always work, even when I myself have forgotten to work. Okay, so now I'm up to level 86. We're on area 86. Click damage isn't going to work much longer, so I'm going to stop putting money into it. I'm just going to keep. Now I really just have to focus on leveling up my champions. I should probably be a little more efficient than I'm doing. I know, I still got to set up audio things for people to go, "You're muted, moron." We just haven't got there yet. Yeah, Conspicuous Compiler. It was kind of accidentally a great ad for that. All right. How did you get more echo? What? Is Dahani any good? She's way better than she used to be. So the answer, yes. If you like the concept of Dahani, great. If you want to play Dahani, great. I wouldn't say she's like, she isn't OP now, but she's way better than she used to be. She's a functional DPS champion with some interesting stuff. Oh my god, I just found my first ever Idle Champion stream. April 3rd, 2020. That means 4th anniversary is coming up. Hold on, did I have that noted? That means my 4th anniversary is coming up. That was back before it was called Garwar's Guide to Everything. It was just Garwar's stream. It was untitled. We didn't have a name for it. For reasons. I had that as... Oh, no, that's right. I had an episode 0, March 25th. Oh, God, that means technically... Wait, what? Oh, they put that all as one. Technically, March 25th is my 4th streaming anniversary. I did an episode 0. Do I have this noted that I have an anniversary coming up? I did not. Should I do that for episode 0 or? Probably. Okay. 4-year anniversary. DD2. We'll celebrate that on March 28th. I'll need to reach out to Lauren. I forgot that was happening. All right. Are we still killing? We're still killing, right? I should be looking for what his next upgrade is. I want piracy. 500. Okay. Piracy for 500, Alex. Everything I can give it. Cause he's beefy. And we ain't got a lot going on here. Briv's trying. Oof. Come on. We got this. There we go. Ooh, this is gonna be rough, folks. This is gonna be rough on this account. Cacodian email unlocked her in some shiny item. Nice. Yeah, that was back during her season. When her season came out, they sent out a newsletter with a code for it. With daylight savings, the anniversary will be here sooner than expected. Okay, hold on. I was trying to see if they had another bin one. Is this one I...
For other people laughing.
Oh!
But...
Forget. I almost forgot. I was on... I guessed it on the OG Idle Champions dev stream way back in the day, too, and I just ran into an episode with me on it. Is this it? No, that's not it. That was their updated trailer. There's the first Bardic Inspiration. Rip Bardic Inspiration. I'm not seeing it anywhere. But yeah, the further joke comes from a Binwin and Crowy ad. And I'm not... You know, we're starting to get into the point where it was 2020 and the number of streams exploded. Early on there was just one. There were like 2 streams a week. There was the OG Idle Champions dev stream, and then there was Binwin Plays. But that was back when all of those videos went to the D&D channel. So I was hoping we'd find the advertisement up on their YouTube page, but I don't see it. I mean, it could be in here somewhere, and there's just so many of them that I can't find it. Oh, well, maybe it's... Is this it? Nope. Nope. Okay, I think we're getting closer. Why do some locked feats on some champions don't have a gem price nor the chest icon? Those unlocked by level ups? No, they do not. Like over here, I can demonstrate this. This doesn't have a gem cost or a chest. It's available as an event reward only. You have to complete tier 3 of the event. Now sometimes there isn't even an icon here like they did with this. And that means it may have arrived in a season, like a prior season. So eventually will show up for gems. Or it may have arrived via an emergence event. And so it will eventually show up for gems. It hasn't gotten through its exclusivity period yet. Yeah, those are the reasons. Either emergence events or seasons. So everything except for those event rewards will ultimately be available for gems. Usually 50,000 gems. Still scrolling. Still looking for that ad. This high quality streaming content, folks. At some point, I'm just going to give up. Not to that point yet. Oh my god, the surprise show where they brought Benwin and Crowy back. Oh, I forgot about that too. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Okay, so let's go. Videos. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it is, folks. I don't know how to find it. I don't know how to find it. It may just be something that they have internally that they give to people if you ask for like promotional videos for their streams. But yeah, that's where the Forther came from. I still see it occasionally on like, what was the last place I saw it? Oh man, someone that did like they do a break and then they're usually maybe on Idle Champions Presents. Maybe. Well, back in the day, there were no Electrum chests, so they just gave out gold chests, but that was not something they could maintain when they went to as many streams a week as they did now. So, yeah. So when you're stuck at 934 gold farming, what do you have to get to? Because I don't know. If I miss current event rewards, will they come back eventually? In the next time this event rolls around in a year, yeah, they'll be the same. It's the same. I mean, as long as they keep this system, but presumably this is the new system. And if they decided to change it again, they would then probably turn those feats into gem feats, like if for some reason. Yeah, but this is the delivery method now, so. Yeah, it might be in the breaks for Idle Champion Presents. Yeah. So, unfortunately. But yeah, that's the farther joke is Crowy. Talking about, wait, is it further or farther? And Benwin's like, I think it's farther. Yeah, time gates. I mean, time gates and events were always different. They were always different. Now they are vastly different. And before time gates, I found it hard, like as an in-game player, I found it hard to even bother doing time gates. But now it's almost even worse. So they really need to, like, I think they've said basically one of their top priorities after they get all this settled with events and collections is reworking time gates, and it really needs to be because woof, it is. They are just not, especially now that you spend 3 time gate pieces in an event to arguably get a better deal than a time gate would ever get you, because you can unlock as many gold chests as far it related to how far you can push. You can then just buy more stuff with tokens, and you can get permanent rewards there too. And like, Time gates are hard. You can't really compete against that now. You got to get to 1,000. If you're at 943, if you're in a variant trying and you're at 934, you're not going to get to 1,000. That's too far away. What you need to do is get out of the variant, go into a free play, raise your overall favor in the event, and come back. Well, actually, I don't even know. If you're at 934, you're at soft cap. Favor isn't going to help you. Favor isn't going to help you. So even gold farming at 934, you're not going to get to 1,000. You can't get enough upgrades. If you were at 1,000 but couldn't beat it, maybe you could drop back to 999. Maybe eke out enough damage from over leveling your DPS. You got to find more power somehow. You got to find more power through gear or blessings or perks. I mean, you need like 66 levels worth of power. That's a lot. Legendaries, something. That's a lot of levels. 66 is a lot of levels, and if you're already soft capped, your core, your Modron cores, if you're already soft cap, favor isn't going to get you there. I mean, I've been 5 away from completing something before, and just like even then, favor getting extra gold wasn't going to do anything for me. Yeah. Like even then, potions don't even do 5 levels in some cases. So remember, we talked about sunk cost fallacies at the top of the stream, folks. Don't give in. Yeah, you no longer really need to use time gate pieces. Well, I mean, you'll use 6 in events, Lurking Rider, right? But yeah, your biggest boost for damage would be if you have legendaries and if you have scales in your back pocket, legendaries, the Tiamat scales in your back pocket, like grinding up legendary levels on those champions would give you the best bang for your buck. But if you can make any improvement to your Modron cores, that could be useful. But that's so much harder to do. That's only like if they're not piped well in the first place. Again, do that thing I was talking about earlier. Just set a core to be piped with white pipes, automation only. Set them all that way. Save them as a formation. Leave them the way, and then just take whatever core you're using to push deep in that variant, and max pipe it. You'll have all your pipes available, and then save that full loadout. And just, make sure you're swapping it back and forth between saves when you're trying different cores. But yeah, share your pipes. It's super efficient. Super efficient. Once the chest drops, is purple bar fixed for that chest? So the first time you get a gold chest of any kind, which I can demonstrate over here, it's the guaranteed epic equipment in one of the next 4 chests. That's your pity timer. So the first time a chest, because I've never used any of these chests before, they're all at 4. The second I get a piece of epic equipment out of one of these types of chests, the pity timer then goes to 10. So that means like if I open this and I don't get an epic, it's going to say 1 in 3, and then 1 in 2, and then 1 in 1, guaranteed, right? But then it's going to go back to 10, so a full empty bar. And then as you're opening up golds, if you're not getting an epic, it's going to tick up until you get an epic. And if you get all the way to 10, it's going to guarantee you one. It's going to guarantee you one. Yeah, you got 3 weeks. Well, a little less than 3 weeks now. 18 days. 18 days now. You got a good amount of time now to try to gain some power to get through that. I got to get to 175 in this. I'm questioning my life decisions at the moment, folks. Does Belushi going into spirit form trigger Virgil's surprise mood angry? It should, yes. Anybody going into a dead form, like it does with, I know that for sure it does with Spurt, and then it should just always do it with Voronika and Astarion. Yeah, anytime they go into a dead state, even if that dead state is a spirit form, it should trigger surprise mood angry. Time gate piece used for anything else apart from time gates? Yeah. Now, that's what unlock. You need 3 of them to unlock each of these locked flex slots. So next week, you can unlock another champion to get here with 3 time gate pieces. So I said this is the better use of time gate pieces now. Saving them for this. Best use, Mert. Second best use, opening flex slots in an event. Third best use, an actual time gate. Something's wrong with that system. Something's wrong with that system. Ember Flame Queen, is there a reason you're not opening those chests? Yes. Oh, you wanted to know the reason. Efficient upgrading. So I'm trying to get my I'm trying to efficiently gear up my champions. So that's those are Briv chests, a Dark Urge chest, and then a Dirge chest, which is the weekend chest, which drops gear for the Dark Urge, Mako, Ashara, Cathris, and Myria. So I don't want to open gold chests until my champions, like the champion that is named for, has green or better gear. Because a gold chest guarantees you either a green or a blue as an upgrade, and I don't want it to be the green. Gold chests are hard to come by, and I can get greens from Electrums and the named silvers from buying a pack out of the store. So I want to get them to green or better first. Once they're there, then I'll start popping the blues, or the golds, because that's going to guarantee me a blue or better, blue or purple in every chest going forward. So 6 gold chests will get me full blue or better gear on these new event champions. I want that. I don't want to waste a gold chest to get a green piece of gear. Hey, Lettiath, welcome to chat. I think I heard you talk about trials changes during your CNE stream. Is there a date for that? No, there are no ETAs for anything right now. Like they've talked about things they want to change, but there's no ETAs. Collections and events 2.0 are primary, like polishing those are primary focus. And then stuff after that. And currently they said time gates are high on the priority list, may not be number 1. Trials, changes to trials are also something they want to do this year. As to when, no one knows. I would just consider it months away. Just consider it months away, and then you'd be fine. Yeah, Mert needs you. So here, if you're talking about, we're talking about what to use time gate pieces on. Mert, you need to spend 3 time gate pieces and 10 silver chests to unlock Mert. But first, you need to have 20 champions or more and 2,000 total equipment levels. I'm at 830. But if these were green checks and this was a green check, this becomes my best use for 3 time gate pieces. Because Mert has a shop that'll open up that lets me buy an extra time gate piece every week. So that snowballs. The patrons are snowballs for you earning more, getting more time gate pieces, because you can get 1 per patron per week from their shop, which can put you, with the blessing for out of Tomb of Annihilation, can put you at 6 time gate pieces every week, which means you're able to get more champions faster, to reach, to unlock the rest of the patron. Well, you would have unlocked all the patrons for that. You're able to get more champions faster just for collecting all the champions. You're able to gear them up between time gates and patrons and these new events, you'll gear them up faster. And we're on an ad break again. Okay, what's my damage at? 36, and it's 34 health. This is a problem. Am I not going to be able to do this? I might not be able to do this. Ooh. Okay. Oh boy. About 40 seconds left on the ad break. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get enough power. I mean, obviously, at some point, we're going to have to make some decisions about who's the more optimal buffer in these situations, because this is not going to be great, folks. I gotta leave Jarlaxlin as far as possible to get me as much gold as possible. May have to introduce fire breath potions. Yeah, we're about to die. Yeah, alright. Get her some more damage. Alright, we're back from the break. Can only purple... Hold on, what did that say? Can only the purple item tier be upgraded? I don't know what that means. Again, we talked about how item slots work. There's a rarity. Here, hold on. Let's just go here. There's rarity, like white, green, blue, purple. There's gilding, which is a band around this. I have things that are gilded, right? Don't I have a shiny somewhere? Somebody's got a shiny. Who's got the shiny? Anyway, if you look at it this way, like there's 4 different rarities, white through purple. There's item level that can be upgraded in an item slot. There's the gilding again, which can go, none shiny up to gold, and you can add other things to an item slot. Starting at even a white item, you can start putting item levels on it, and those item levels are permanent because it has nothing to do with the rarity. It is separate. So once you get to purple, though, that's the highest rarity. Now at purple, a couple other things the game allows you to do a couple other things. At purple, you can put a pigment on it. There's 4 different types of pigments in the game. 3 have been accessible. Support is the most common one. Put a pigment on it. Or you can put a legendary effect on it. You can use the Forge and Trials of Mount Tiamat to add a legendary effect to the item. But that requires it being at epic level. So there isn't any, like, you can upgrade it in the sense that you can always add more item levels at any time at any rarity. But you can't turn it into you can't give it a legendary effect until it's epic purple. Can't give it a pigment until it's epic purple. Oh yeah, Lediath, we were talking about free to play and gearless. The chat was in a tizzy about saying where everything you gotta pay money to complete high level stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. Lediath coasted to the finish gearless last week, so yeah. Can you swap out your Modron core mid run? Yeah, you can change it at any time. I do that often. I'll start out with a fast core, and then if I need more pushing power, I'll switch to one of the other cores. Swap the layout in it, all that kind of stuff. Kind of like Makos might be better DPS right now. Nope. Nope. Absolutely not. Mako's is a single target, slow attack DPS. We got a front line of a bunch of armored stuff. Now the big thing here is if anything, I go into Jarlaxle might pop things in the back, but Ashara is better for clearing out the armored enemies. Unfortunately, there's a lot, and our damage is low. The best thing here is a Fire Breath Potion, probably. Dark Urge would give me an AoE, and that may be a thing that we do, is we switch to Dark Urge DPS. And go this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put Dirge in for Minsk. I'm going to swap Minsk up here. Oh, E41, yeah. Now he's going to hit an AoE. And that isn't focused so much on the armored things. That hit everything, so we were able to move forward. So I said I was going to have to make changes. I just needed to decide how. And I don't really want Jarlaxle out yet. I still want to soak up as much gold as possible, because we still got to go another 42 areas. For upgrading me the Forge Hammer. Yeah, you have to be epic to go to forge a legendary effect onto a piece of gear. You get Tiamat scales from Trials of Mount Tiamat. That's the reward for defeating Tiamat, or scaring Tiamat away, as you get scales. And you unlock that by completing Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus, just the main campaign, the storyline version of that. Yeah, so the nice thing about, Ashara is great for multi-hit, but she can only hit up to, 5 or 6 things. Dark Urge will hit everything in an AoE, so potentially better now that we're getting up to bigger stacks of things. Dark Urge becomes a better DPS for clearing these waves out, because of the AoE damage. Now, if you didn't have our Dark Urge, if you just started and you have Minsk, you could use Minsk too. Minsk has the same kind of AoE, and if his favorite foes would be beasts, so would be able to clear out, wouldn't clear out everything, but would clear out these a giant stack of these crows and rats on this variant. They just clear as tier 3 light in the darkness for Dahlias. Cool. People want to know that basically the big thing was they're like, well, unless somebody clears tier 4 or gearless, I think you have to pay cash to finish this stuff. I don't believe that at all. Like, I absolutely don't. This game is completely free to play. But yeah, there you go, Lediat. They've set the bar. Clear tier 4. Clear all of tier 4 gearless. I'm not saying that. I'm just passing on what somebody said. Still don't think it's true. I think you could just put blue gear on somebody, and with the kind of rest of account power that you have, and you'd probably clear tier 4 just fine. Is there a champion that is not really worth using? There are champions that aren't as good as others. Yeah. But at the end of the day, sometimes you get into a variant with lots of restrictions, and if it's the best you got, they're still contributing. They may still get you through. But yeah. So when I get all rare, it's time to open named golden chests? No. They're like all green. Green or better. So green or better, you can start doing gold chests. That just means that every time you open a gold chest, you're going to at least get a blue out of that chest. Yeah. When every one that you have on your bench is rare or better, you can stop opening electrums until you unlock a new event champion. That's usually like on my main account, I had over 100 Electrums that I opened this morning, and it's because all my gear is blue or better, so I have no reason to open those, ever. On this account, I have reason to open them because I've got like 2 event champions that aren't even green or better. So yeah. Pay money for the useless Erois core, but it's useless, so I don't need it. Again, I'm talking about completing content in the game. That Erois core is not gonna be like the key to completing content in the game. There's other content. There's other cores that are gonna do just fine. There's no way to get gear for free by playing. It makes no. Oh no, you're joking. Yeah, I mean you get all the gear and all the item levels and everything you get just by playing the game. Just by playing the game. Which is better for insert thing here? Which we're talking about specs for Dark Urge. This is wait, if you don't have 3 or more Dragonborn in your formation, pushing is the left spec. It ups his damage. The middle spec, 3 or more Dragonborn, does more damage than the left spec ever could. The right-hand spec is only for farming murder stacks. That's it. That's it. You wouldn't use it normally. Like, if you're worried about how much damage you're doing, you wouldn't go the right-hand spec. So yeah. You're only, when you're talking about pushing power, it's either the left or the middle. And the left spec is, middle is only 3 or more Dragonborn. What do murder stacks do? They give him permanent damage. It's the urge. Each time the Dark Urge defeats an enemy, he gains a murder stack. The Dark Urge increases damage by 0.1% for each murder stack he has, and this stacks forever. It's got a cap of 4E09. But like I have 200 murder stacks. That's only I've got a multiplier on here, so it's 78% more damage. It's not you would stack that up in like a free play or doing things where just slowly accruing them over time. Like he's going to always get 1 credit for every kill, but that specialization gives him triple credit. So you would only use that in a situation where you're just trying to earn more murder stacks long term. You wouldn't use it if you're worried about having the damage to complete a variant. I don't think we're ever putting... Hold on, I got to check efficiency here. No, this is way past 600, so we're probably not getting another thing there. 55... 65. Yeah, there's an upgrade. So right now I'm looking to see where these champions are going to contribute to the group, not just to themselves. Because all I want really are group upgrades for everyone except Dark Urge. There we go. Okay. I mean, it's okay if you open a bunch of Electrum chests because you're just going to get like 30 more next week. If you're getting all the codes out of the Discord, there's about 30 or more a week. Ledia, oh, because of your Briv, Ledia, is that it? Yeah, there's all these rules about opening chests if you're trying to be super efficient. And if you want to know them, I can share them with you. But the big ones are like, for me, starting off, I'm trying to be efficient in gearing, so Electrums and named silvers to get up to greens, and then I'll start opening the golds. That's just how I'm gonna do it, because it is, doing these is me trying to demonstrate that what I'm talking about actually works. And also learn any new tips based off for myself to share with people based off Based off the current state of the game. Have I been shooting myself in the foot by completing all the Dark Urge's tiers with the right spec? No. You're still gaining murder stacks. I mean, if you've got enough power, that's fine. If he's actually getting kills. If you've got a boon going or a fire breath potion, he's not getting any kills. Getting the stage. I mean, if you're trying to push deep and you don't have 3 Dragonborn, you would go with the left spec for Dark Urge. Yes, this is how you just have to understand these like cutoffs and every champion's got different rules because every spec is different. Like every champion's got different choices to make. Just got to learn like when are these specializations good and when aren't they, and then try to follow that path when you're doing stuff. Just checked. A delicious diversion gives 3 limit the lost stacks for Desmond. Wow, it shouldn't, J-Dog. That's a bonus. That makes it even better. It is only taking up 2 of your actual formation slots, but if it's giving credit for 3, that makes Desmond even stronger here. Teach you, but he'd have to charge. Oh no. I didn't have a milkshake today. I've got root beer. Wait. It can't be that Lurking Rider because that's pronounced buoys. Buoys. Our age-old American English versus British English rivalry. Which 3 would you use with Dark Urge anyway? Well, Orkira would be a go-to, right? Orkira is super strong. Dinar is cool. Unfortunately, I can't see everybody on this account. I guess I can if this is what I like. I can come over here. Give me sort and filter by Dragonborn. Can I just say Dragonborn? I can't. Holy cow, they need that filter, right? I can't believe I can't sort by race. Let's see. So we're looking for Dragonborn. They need to add that. They need to add that filter. Unless I missed it somewhere. Yeah, I mean, Orkira and Dinar would be 2 that would get you to 3. Which would at least that would at least be better than the left spec. But really, it keeps stacking, so... so I don't know. I don't know that Mahen would offer enough. Mahen's very specific to his daughters. You don't really use Mahen with anyone else. Egbert? Maybe? Is that Egbert in the same seat? I don't know. I didn't organize by seat. Yeah. So something like that. Maybe. Speaking of root beer, have you tried Sprecher? Yeah, Sprechers are like maybe second favorite. I really liked it for a while, and then something. Maybe I just had it too much, and the taste was a little off. I don't know. My favorite is Henry Weinhard's root beer, but it's like both that and Sprecher are a little pricey. So I tend to go, if I'm going to the store and buying it, I just get a 2-liter mug root beer. It's good enough. It's good enough for me. When I'm out at restaurants and stuff, like this is Barks. But I can't have that late in the afternoon, like at night, because it's got a little bit of caffeine in it, and because I live a caffeine-free life, that little bit will keep me up all night long. Does it count as quest rewards for Dynahair Spoils of War? Oh, it's quest items. So if up here at the top it says collect 12 wolf pelts, that's what it's talking about. It's those items that drop on the field that you pick up. Rift stacks is best to farm them in offline or online? I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Like for what? Like your Briv stacks, the way that you're supposed to use Briv is that you put him in and he gets hit like this and builds up stacks. That people manipulate like a little more credit, that he gets too much credit when you go offline or in the background. People will manipulate that to get stacks, but the normal use case scenario is you just have him in adventure, let him get hit, he builds up stacks. Are there any glitch feats to turn people into Dragonborn? I don't know. I haven't been tracking all of those. We're gonna get wrecked here. Yep, we're gonna go resist the urge, and we're gonna let ourselves get stomped here on purpose. Fire all these off, just to get as many chunks as possible off. We're gonna let them roll over us. What? Oh, it hit the... It should have hit him next. Dang it. It hit this next. Well, that was bad luck. If it had hit the Dark Urge next, it would have triggered the Wither's ultimate, and we would have finished off the rest of his health bar. Alright. Well, now I'm mad. Oh, now I'm mad. See the background image you have listing all the champion names? Who's Jacques? Jacques who you want to know? You don't want to know about who Sortle is? Jacques and Sortle are... Jacques is an addition. It's a champion. Jacques All Trades, which is a joke of Jack of All Trades that character Mars plays on the CNE streams. I threw it in there as just... Because Mars and I would both love to have champions in the game, so... I just threw it in as kind of like a slot 13 champions, because they're all... This whole list starts with slot 1 and then goes all the names slot by slot. So after the slot 12 champions, you have Jacques and Sortle appearing. So since the new penance dropped are not spent on doing grinding levels for chests anymore, what do you use the points for? So penance... You go in here, and I go to chests, and I go, you know what I want? I want some Dark Urge chests. And you come up here, and at the very top, you can get 2 silvers and 1 gold for the low, low price of 7,500 tokens. And you go, buy. And now I got a set of those. And I can come over here, and I can do it for Briv, too, because Briv is one of the champions I've unlocked. And I can go, buy. That's how you use your stuff now. And then now, I mean, these are named silvers. Can I get what I want? I got one of them. Any greens? Oh, I got a blue. Didn't get a green, but I got a blue. I'll take it. It went into one of his slots where he had a white, so we're closer here now, not closer over here, unfortunately. But yeah, so that's what you do with your event tokens now. Is you just spend them in the shop. You don't have to worry about grinding out free plays anymore. Way nicer, way nicer. Never enough caffeine. Well, that's a situation you can put yourself in. The way caffeine works is it starts out as a stimulant that helps you, have more energy when normally you wouldn't. But if you have that same amount of caffeine day after day, it's a drug. It's an addictive drug. You have the same amount of caffeine day after day, then that becomes what you need to just feel normal, and you need more than that to get any extra bonus from it, and so on and so forth. And then if you stop drinking it, you go through withdrawals. You actually do. You'll get headaches. You'll feel like, and you just start getting headache. All of like the kind of the withdrawal, like basic withdrawal symptoms, until you get all of it out of your system, and then you go back to normal. Like I feel great all the time. And if I ever needed to stay awake for something, I would need a very small amount of caffeine. Like I remember, I was driving out here in a U-Haul from California. I left around noon. And I just didn't. So I was like, I kept like pushing, like, well, let me just find somewhere else. I'll go a little bit further and then I'll stop. And then at some point, like probably around midnight, I was like, you know what? I feel fine. I'm just going to keep driving. And around 2, I was like, I'm a little tired. And I went and I got like a small, like an 8-ounce, so like Dr. Pepper from whatever place I stopped to get gas. And I drank that. And I was wired and wide awake for the rest of the drive. I drove all the way through and made it here in like 25 hours in a U-Haul. Unpacked everything. Fine for the rest of the day. I went to bed that night. So that's all I needed. All I needed. Okay, we still got some time left on these. I need my ultimates back, folks. I need my ultimates back. To chew through that frost giant. 285. 310. That needs math on script. 25. We're close to that. Not to these others, though. Or we just do more damage. More damage. That works. Okay, that's close enough. Well, no, I would like the Ashara one back. Yeah, manifesting the characters we want, exactly. I mean, we would obviously, but like, I would love to have Garwar in the game. Mars would love to have Mars. That's Marssire Eskliner is actually Mars's character. Storyteller Mars. Garwar Grudgekeeper is my main. We have played both of these characters on CNE Game streams. But then Mars made Jacques. I made Sortle for a birthday game that we played offline. I haven't played Sortle on a stream yet, actually. I've played Garwar on a lot of streams. I've played Bandy. I played Bandy on some charity streams. And then what was I don't remember the name of the halfling bard, because that was basically, what was my Lurking Rider? I'll know my halfling bard probably. Imagine we're trying to do the math on Dynahair's spec choice. I can't quite figure it out. I've been using her middle spec and having Minsc and Jaheira for favored foes. How many Con 14 characters are needed for Dynahair's first spec to go there? It's one of those where it's situationally dependent, right? I don't find the favored foe thing to be super strong. That's more like it kind of gives her some speed effects, and there's some synergy with other favored foes. That's more about, are you using favored foes who need that? I've always, for pushing so far, I've used her, the other one, but it is very situationally dependent. She's a bit more situationally dependent. Are event tokens only used for chests now? Yes. My quick caffeine, I'm still tired all the time 6 months later. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe there's something, I don't know. You can be tired because of other deficiencies in your diet. It doesn't necessarily mean because you took caffeine out of it, right? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I just know that for me, it was a problem. For me, it was a problem. Like I could genuinely tell when I hadn't had any. Are we? Yeah, here we go. I did ad break. Let's see if we can. Oh, we shouldn't do this during an ad break. All right, Lydia, thanks for hanging out. Yeah, we didn't use the name of my character that often in the halfling one. Dungeon Master is not me. No, Dungeon Master has hair and no beard. I have no hair and a beard. We got about 45 seconds left on this ad break. Next with an upgrade. Ba-da-bum. Ba-da-bum. I can find out real quick.
It's streaming.
Viewers to.
Found it. Are we back? We're back. My character's name, my halfling character's name in the second Breakfast Club was Button. Button. All right. Which literally he was like, I was going to play him. I don't know if I actually did it, but kind of as an excited, always trying to, like, he's that person that always wants to correct things and like, no, that's not actually true. It's this, and blah, 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 blah. And the joke is button it. Like everybody says button it to him all the time, you know, to shut up. And so he just goes by Button. Okay, so for pushing towards higher, deeper campaigns, is Makos good? I don't know. You tell me. Like you have to learn, like when you get to a wall, like if this were my wall, how do I get past it? And you need to try to find out how to get past it with the champions you have. It might be that Makos is the one that you put in as a buffer who gets you past it. It might not be. It can be very situational when your gear is as spattered as mine is, and it can be based off the champions that you own. So there isn't always a hard, fast rule for things. Oh man, we're not taking off anything at all. How are we not taking off anything at all? What the hell? Why is okay? That's better. Okay, knockback into stun, into alts. Get through about half the bar into Briv's ult. Out and in again did not work. What is going on? That should have been E47. It should have been fine. We're going to let these two get killed, and then I'm going to hit the ult. I don't know that this is going to work, though, because we are not, for whatever reason, we are not taking off damage like chunks like we should. Wither's ult, Withers comes out, shoves the giant back, but, you know, and then they're just going to die again. They're just going to die again. What I need in is a damage boosting champion. We're going to do this. No, but we lost somebody. This is going to be how we have to do it. Instead of Jarlaxle. We're close. This is tough. That Frost Giant is a pain. Is a pain. Let me get back to it. We'll get back to that. So somebody oh man. So someone, I'm not gonna, you know, even if I remember their name, I wouldn't call their name. Somebody in the tutorial show stream earlier started the stream off with, "This game is just about damage, nothing else. There's no reason to have tanking or healing or shielding or any of that." A huge block in the chat. And I was just like, that's not a question. You're wrong. And I'm happy to tell you why you're wrong and explain how the game works if you ask a question about that. And they didn't ask a question about that. They didn't ask a question about that because we were in the tutorial. We were at the very start of the stream, and I was like, what are you even talking about? You either have not played this game very long at all, so haven't run into Asoriel's Resolve and Valindra Shadowmantle, or you've just overpowered everything and have never run into a hard variant. Like, how much cash are you spending? Because the game don't work like that. Game don't work like that. You have to build a combination of survivability and damage in this game. You have to. Not for exception to every rule. Not for everything you ever do, but... Mr. Briv doesn't like healing. He likes healing, but he's only going to heal once every 10 seconds because that guy doesn't hit often enough. Can I change specializations when I have the wrong one in a safe formation without using a potion? I mean, that's what the potion is for. The only other way to do it is if you have a background party, you can go to that party, pull that champion into that party, then go back to your main party, pull that champion back in your main party, and then you have to pay to level them up again, and thus you can choose another specialization. But that's the whole point of the potion, is change your specialization. Takes money to complete tier 4 variants, no other. That was a different person. That was a different person. And no, that's not true either. But that was a different person, you know. Let's show me more. 490 is just where we want to get. Okay. I was hoping we get more out of that. So we're at 40. We're at 46. He should have been taking a chunk off every time. For some reason, he wasn't. It was real weird. So if we're at 46 and I put Tyrell in, this should be way more damage. We're up to E51. Okay. That's what I want to see. And then all of these ultimates should take off chunks at that point. Okay. I'll leave Jarlaxle in for the time being. So I can, otherwise I would sit here, and while gold would be dropping, it would be so low in value that it wouldn't be worth anything for me. We're gonna let all the timers come back. This is, welcome to a new player account, everybody. Can I change it before I use the formation or start a new adventure? Sure, you can go into your save formations over here. Oh, whoops. If you have a Modron core, is the only way it's kicking in. You can either go into your save formation or go into your Modron core, and there's a place where you can click on. It's got the specializations icon, and you go in and change your spec. What was the Dadius rework? Dadius got reworked. I mean, he got a lot. There are some changes to his kit, but the main core of it is still there. And he went from just kind of regular abilities or additively stacking abilities to multiplicatively stacking abilities with one multiplicatively stacking debuff. And he actually has item support for 2 of those multiplicatively stacking abilities. So he's got 2 mathematically overpowered abilities, which are the strongest abilities in the game. Not all mops are created equal. But he is now a double mop along with Dark Urge. I think those are the first double mops in the game. So they have 2 mathematically overpowered abilities. That's just going to confuse people even more. That's good. I mean, people are already confused with mop. Even when I say mathematically overpowered mop, like they don't pick up that that's MOP, mathematically overpowered. Yes, that's one word. I'm adding the P in there because look, it's fun. Okay. Will's a mop. All the absolute adversaries mop. All of them mop. I don't know what a Q mop is. I don't know what that means. But all the absolute adversaries mop. Now, Dynahair is a mop with a speed ability with item support. She's what we call a Swiffer. She's a Swiffer. A quad mop? Does he have four mathematically overpowered abilities? I don't know that he does. He has one ability. I think you're just talking about the 4 different stacks of like the 4 things you can get. That's one ability. A mop with a speed item. A mop with a speed ability that is itself has item support. We call a Swiffer. He has 4 pre-stack items? What? Really? Hold on. I don't remember that. I don't remember that. Hold on. So, Folk Hero mops buff supply the pre-stack value. Ceramorphosis is a double. So he had at least 2. Ceramorphosis, so that's double mop. Does Bravado apply pre-stack? I'm now noting I've got a formatting issue in this guy now. It's annoying the hell out of me. Does formatting pre-stack? Or Bravado pre-stack? Formatting definitely pre-stack. No, does Bravado pre-stack? Oh. And is Pact of the Chain pre-stack too? I guess I just never paid attention. I didn't really pay attention. So Laura is not a Swiffer, no. She doesn't have item support for her speed effect. Her speed effect is her passive. Passives don't have items. Question on Blessing. Coralon's favor. The last blessing is to buff the seasonal buff, which is kind of pointless now. Are they going to change it? Well, yeah, obviously. If they decide seasons are going to go away for good, they will change it. If they think they're going to bring back seasons, then they'll leave it. You got to wait for them to decide what they're going to do there. But yeah, they're not going to just leave stuff in the game that is pointless. And I know Xander's speed effect is the exception to that rule, but I know what you're thinking. But you know what I mean. Karlach's Ceramorphosis is post-stack, but she still stacks multiplicatively. No. It's still multiplicatively, but her pre-stack, if I remember correctly, basically she has an item for her health that applies, and then that's kind of how she becomes a mop. I'd have to go look at Karlach again. Karlach is just bae, so it's like she's just the best regardless. Just because I love Karlach. Hey, Onyx. I mean, Will is rough. Will is a challenge to use, so their stream schedule listed anywhere for Dev Insights? They post the schedule every week in both the Discord and the subreddit and on their Twitch channel. So yeah, but just remember, daylight savings time happens this week for a lot of North America, so the time for you, if you're not here, may have been changed. We're not getting a week of seasons. How does Ceramorphosis stacks work? Shadowheart stack says 1, but total says 5. Shadowheart contributes 1. That's what 1 would be. And then you're looking at the total that are contributed throughout the whole party. So if you have a total of 5 absolute adversaries in, or some absolute adversaries and people with tadpole feats, you would get to a total of a larger number. Well, Bay doesn't mean she's the most powerful champion in the game. She's just the best. She's just the best. All right, let's try this again. Oh. Swap. Get an attack in. There we go. There's the big damage. There's the big damage. Okay. All right, you jerk. All right, you jerk. The problem here is Dark Urge is single target. So he's only taking off a single chunk. So not great. We may have to, we may have to do this and this. Or do we have enough damage? We don't have enough damage there. Maybe. Yeah. We're going to have to switch to an Ashara formation. Dark Urge single target attack. I mean, he's an AoE, but for armor, he's only removing one. We need to get Ashara's damage up to the point where she can remove multiple every attack to get past this boss. It was fine for clearing these waves. It is not good for the boss. I should have changed that earlier. Unfortunately, we're limited on champions. All we can bring in is Minsk. Once we do that, 310. He's got an upgrade there. And he's not going to help us against the boss except for his general buffs for Ashara. General buffs. General buffs. Briv the champion of the event that has priority over the others. Yes. Briv is one of the two strongest champions in the game in terms of speed. Hey, Header so would be priority in this event for overall account progress. Yeah. I mean, again, the Darius has a solid rework. Dark Urge, strong. But Briv, OP. So, there's an argument that if you're new, like me on this account, there's an argument to just not buy chests for any other champion except Briv, because I can get gear passively off Electrums over time to get me up to blue. On the other champions, and then I will earn more gems because of Briv getting leveled up, and I can use those gems to buy gold chests. Those gold chests will give me blacksmithing contracts. I can dump those item levels in wherever I want it. I don't need to get them gear via, high level gear via this. I can just ignore it as a newer player. Because coming out of this event as a new player, I just need to get my champions to blue or better gear. That makes them functional. Not spending cash on this means I'm not going to get like full epic. But putting all of those chests on on Briv means I might get epics in the right places. And by right places, I mean right here. A natural haste that slot 4 as an epic would be... I already put my one rare shiny potion on there because his speed functionality is amazing. Why didn't Withers resurrect my champions after Dirge died versus the Frost Giant? There's an occasional bug. I saw it earlier on stream where Withers won't push the Frost Giant back. I would submit a ticket about that, honestly, because that's rude. Yeah. Seem to have way more generals than we have private dancers or corporal punishments. Well, I feel like we don't want any corporal punishments. I'm okay with us having more private dancers. Well, I won't be able to get to tier 3 on this account, but yeah, I mean, if you can get through the different tiers, different champions have different buffs at the different tiers too. So, yeah. Got 3 gold Briv chests now, 2 gold Dark Urge, and 1 Dirge. I can't believe they named it that. You know what I'm going to do? Give me that gold chest. I was hoping maybe I might get a blue for somebody we were using. I didn't. Why am I... first off. Okay. I want to start this like this. We're going to come over here. I want to get a... Why are we only at... We were like in the 50s before. Why are we now at 47, bud? Hold up. No, yeah, he's got... I swear we were like E51 earlier. Alright, let's just see if this swap works. We've got a high level bud. We'll wipe out these enemies really easily just with AoEs to start. And then we immediately switch to Ashara, bring Minskin. And is she able to pull off Chunk? She is. Okay, so we get much better credit this way. That's what we're going to want. We're just going to want these ultimates back. So we're going to have to go reset that because I'm not... She's slow attacker. She's 7 seconds. And, you know, we're going to die because of that. But if we can combine this kind of armor stripping with her knockback and Nayeli's lockdown, then we can potentially, and all the other alts, we can potentially get through this. So this is good. This is good. That's what we want to see. Let's farm some more gold, though, in the meantime. In the meantime, while we wait for those cooldowns to come back. Oh, hold on. You know, we need them in. And, okay, I need this one, and what else? Oh, no. No, we have that one. Is it just that? Is it just that one? Okay. It's time for me to use my blacksmithing contracts. I have 1,000 altogether. Briv is your target for that kind of stuff. Briv or Human are your first targets, but if you're in this event and you've got Briv and you don't have Human, Briv. That's where I put all mine. Briv's, what, his 40s, 50s. Yeah, he's my highest level character. I don't think so, Calgaden. That's why I'm like, you did Dirge? Really? Okay. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Okay. So this is going to get us our... Yeah, there's our E51, bud. I'm going to move forward. We're going to AoE wave clear here. Come on, Dark Urge. Come on, John Wick. Let's go. All right, now. Power swap. There we go. Knockback. No, that was the stun. Whoops, I did it wrong. Oops. Okay, and then we throw in them, and we drop theirs, and then we put him back in, so we have the damage. The ultimate still fires. Oh no, I think we did it all wrong. I needed the knockback before the stun. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop Dirge in. I'm going to ult. But I'm back in here. Give us a little bit of breathing room. We're so close. Damn it, he died. Yeah, I think we lost it. Oh, and I don't have the damage. Oh, this is so rough. We can get there. It's just going to be slow, folks. It's going to be slow. Welcome to, I mean, I know I can get, we have the damage to go much further. We got to get to 175. I have almost 2 EO9 favor, well above what would normally make this green. But I didn't follow my own rules. I'm missing 2 champions. They would be here and here. And normally I say you need EO1 for each missing champion. EO1 more favor. So technically coming in here, I would have been in a much better position if I'd had 5 E10 or higher favor. That would have been the E2 extra for these 2 slots. I'd be able to upgrade my champions further. I'd be able to upgrade my champions better, and I'd have more power, and we'd be cutting through this better. That's on me. That's my fault. But this is why I put those recommendations in my guide. And hey, guess what? I was right. I was right. What support champion would you recommend for seat 7? Caddy Bree. Caddy Bree is my favorite in seat 7. How can I have gear for champions I don't have yet? Because you opened a name chest for them that was given out for something. You must have, MC. There's really isn't any other way. Is that or you bought a golden epic out of the emergent shop for a champion that you didn't own. But that's the only way you get that gear. So Dev Insights, they were talking about Briv's buff that uses less sprint stacks. Yes. And a spec choice that does the same thing, but I didn't get it. Did you? Yes. So there's a buff here. A natural ace uses 20% less, or fewer, whatever. Sprint stacks whenever it procs. 3.2 instead of 4. Well, what happens is he's got a specialization that reduces that too, and they don't work well together. They're supposed to, but they don't. Instead, it actually makes you use more than you should. So they're trying to get that to combine. It's supposed to be 20% less than whatever, than either default or that spec choice, and currently it isn't. Currently it isn't. So you're actually punished for getting that buff because of a bug. Is it favor or forward? No. Can't access the event window for the map screen, right? Currently, yeah, it's a problem. You know what? Hold on. Did I make a note of that yet? I think I did, but yeah, I did. Okay. What was the other thing that? Oh. We got to know what Darius's debuffs do. Do emergence events have a schedule? Sort of. We're gonna add in about 30 seconds. So you can come to the Thayan Enclave, and this should be when the next emergence event is. So about 74 days from now. Yeah, this is this variant is rough if you don't have the favor for it, or if you don't have the champions that really are great for it, which is Desmond, as is the big one. Solok is a more limited. So, if you've got a ranged DPS, if you got some ranged people in, Solok might help too. But Desmond is really the big one that shines here. Okay, and Monto, if you have Desmond buffs based off the number of escorts in the party. And then if you add in some dead people like Spurt, Blushi, Astarion, Voronika, he buffs even bigger. He treats them all as multiplicative stacks. We got 30 seconds left on this one. What's left on this one? 122. We could really cheese this. We can really cheese. Do we want to really cheese this? We want to really cheese this. We're gonna level up Celeste enough. Now Celeste will have her ultimate too. We can swap her in to get another multi-hit ultimate. I'm doing whatever I can to get past this boss. Whatever I can. No, she doesn't count as dead. It's her clones just die. She doesn't count as dead. He's carrying a torch run right now? Yeah. A torch run and this one, both Desmond is the big thing. Is the big thing. About 4 seconds. Cool. Okay, and did we get this one back? We didn't. Garwar. Past Garwar. Just wrecking us right now. Past Garwar is wrecking us right now. Is a lithic connection a feat or an item? Sounds like a feat. Someday you'll find it. A lithid connection, the liars, the true souls, and me. La da da dee da da. Oh no. Oh no. We've done Eldritch connection before, but now we have an Illithid connection, I guess. It sounds like a feat. It sounds like a feat that grants a tadpole stack, but I don't know. Was that living on a No. It's Kermit the Frog's Rainbow Connection. What are you? Well, I can't use Crafty. I can't use Celeste here. She can't be in a position to buff or heal. So Garmet. Oh no. Garmet the Frog here. Oh no. We have anyone else that's going to be... No, we just don't have any gold. We've been sitting here for so long, we just can't make any more gold. Gotta get past this guy. What are Delana? I mean, Delana's ult would be okay, though. That's the Panther. Drill's not going to help. That's definitely not going to help. Oh, yeah. All right. We're going to do our best here. I mean, sounded like Fozzie? Wow. Just all the judgment in chat today. So Charles. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, not like Fozzie. I said it sounded Fozzie as in fuzzy. Well, Waka 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 right out the door. You just don't. You're not allowed here. Darius' ability does a lot against the ice giant, doesn't it? Well, yes. The problem is if I swap Darius in for Briv and Briv's tanking, Darius is just going to get squished. So, not very helpful. Only guard is strong DPS like Rosie or Nerds. Oh, no. No. Okay, we got everything back. We got everything back. Okay, who is supposed to be where? You're going to be... Well, hold on. E47. Yeah, no, we need a better... Maybe more like this. Now it should be E51 or somewhere. Come on, get an attack off. That was... Well, 50. 50's high enough. 50's high enough. Okay, I got to remember to knock back and then stun. Come on, come on. And do it like this. Do it like that. Do it with a wiffle ball bat. So, oops, that was a little early. Garwar, what were you doing? Garwar, what were you doing? You gotta wait. You gotta let him walk it out. You gotta let him walk up, Garwar. What the hell? That's some rookie shit. What were you thinking? All right, we're gonna cheese heal. Oh, that was all I got. I only had 4 cheese heals. Well, I did my best. I did my best, folks. Can we bring it home? Jarlaxle. Good job, Jarlaxle. You were useful. You were gold stars in chat, folks. Gold stars in chat. We did it. We did it. Even followers have access to gold stars on my channel, folks. Spam them in chat. Let's make it explode. And by explode, I don't mean the chat. I mean the screen. Come on. There they go. There they go. Floating all over. Started watching the Heroes of Valen or Kira's awesome. And Penelope. Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed all the characters there, but yeah. Penelope is solid. She's just not OP like she used to be anymore. She's still solid. They fixed a bug with her. Her ultimate used to double dip and used to just wreck everything. And they fixed that bug. So she's not... we used to call her Penelope, right? Because of that. Yeah, and this is her song. So... Alright, so now we have what? We were in the E50s of damage. The health is in the E40s. We should be able to cruise all the way through, right? Yeah, so many stars. Look, they're coming. There's still some showing up on the screen still. So many stars. Oh, Walnut's original ultimate scaling was ridiculous. It just shredded everything. Keen in the game would be neat. Yeah, I mean, they just weren't, unfortunately, they weren't around when, they weren't in the show when they started really heavily doing that stuff. So, like bringing people into the game. I mean, to be fair, I swapped in Celeste, fired off an ult. I had Minsk with the ult. I had Tyrellin. You know, we swapped a lot of people in and ulted. It's in and out. And then I almost forgot Jarlaxle until the last second. Yeah. This is where Dark Urge isn't as helpful. Like, they aren't really built up on the enemies yet, so he's just focusing on the nearest thing. Yeah. So it's not. It's going to be a little slower now. Still waiting for Dave the Diver to get Godzilla. It's supposed to happen this year, right? We're going to see if a DPS is doing multi-hits. In the description of their attack, Shara lets loose a barrage of missiles hitting random targets. That means you're getting multi-hit. A Dark Urge strikes nearby enemies with a slash of his dagger. That means he's giving an AoE. So it's an AoE attack. Briv cleaves a random enemy with his greatsword. Now, when you cleave it, that means you're hitting it and other things around it, usually. But not always. Jarlax attacks the furthest enemy, right? Flashlight streaks toward the closest enemy, so singles, right? Cleaves all targets near the closest enemy, so Nile will hit in an AoE. Burner slashes the closest enemy with his axe, that's it. Mako's a beam of crackling energy strikes towards a random enemy, single. So you gotta read the descriptions and see, like, does this look like multi-hit or not? Hitch is a unique one. He throws a number of daggers and then stabs the nearest target in the face. But initially, he just starts off stabbing someone in the face. And then you unlock a spare dagger at 80, adds a thrown dagger, a single one. And then there's ways to get more daggers. So he is a unique, he's kind of unique in that he adds different types of attacks as you level him up, or add feats, or choose a specialization. Yeah. Godzilla's a reasonable guest star in anything. I don't know about anything. I don't know about anything, but yeah, Godzilla -1. I'm looking forward to that coming to streaming. People seem to really like it. Will Penelope become the DPS of Heroes of the Plains she's supposed to be? I feel like Penelope literally was. I don't know. I got to talk to the designers again. She reads like she was originally going to be DPS support, and got the DPS removed because they don't have a DPS at all. But she reads like she was supposed to be DPS support. She's super secret DPS. But yeah, it would have been neat. It would have been neat. Who knows? Maybe in a Penelope rework, maybe she'll get that. It's the playstyle of Hitch. He's a support. Technically, he's a support champion. Which is why most people, when you unlock him right away in the game, most people swap him over and only use him and then never use Delana again because usually you're starting off with like Jarlaxle DPS or Ashara DPS. I mean, Jarlaxle to start, switch to Ashara later. Hitch can buff them both. Whereas Delana doesn't offer anything to them. She's selfish. She only wants to DPS herself. So he's support, and it's Charisma 14 or higher. If your DPS is lower than Charisma 14, if it's 13 or lower, then he's not a buffer for you. And basically, with those daggers, you kind of want a good number of them because the more they bounce around when they hit targets, even on a single enemy, they'll bounce off of it a few times. It basically gives buff stacks. So you want him throwing lots of daggers or attacking real fast and throwing lots of daggers, some combination of that, so that he can build up a lot of buffs for you. Yeah. I mean, Birdsong as a DPS for Heroes of the Plains is in game is solid. But you know, Heroes of the Plains themselves, for whatever reason, don't have a DPS. Anybody gonna have upgrades for me, or are we just done? Ricochet, 490. I need 65. It's gonna be the only one. The Hitch is great for Dark Urge because of Charisma. Yeah, Hitch works with Dark Urge. That's why when I swap to Dark Urge, I leave Hitch in the formation because he's buffing him. So. If he wasn't, I'd have to swap Hitch out for someone else. Like in this formation with Limited, I would probably swap Tyrell in if I didn't. But I don't need to. And if I had just picked up Briv and didn't have Dark Urge, we'd be plodding through this with Ashara. And it may have had to bail out and go get more favor. Because I really needed 5e10 favor before I started this. Like, really, really needed it. Alright, MC. Thanks for hanging out. Is it worth getting the core in the wild offer? I mean, I feel like you're talking about the Erois core, and I mean, it depends on the cost of the wild offer. The biggest thing you're going to get out of it are the 14 Modron component chests that you get from leveling it up. Because the Erois core isn't the greatest core in the world. It's really just for the Heroes of the Erois. I mean, there's some other stuff, but like just for the Heroes of Erois. It was an experiment, and I don't know that it was a good. I don't know that we'll see that type of thing again. I kind of hope we don't. Yeah, so I don't know. It depends on the cost. If it's cheaper, if the price of the wild offer for the core is cheaper than the cost of 14 Modron component chests from the shop, then it's a deal. You just got to put a little effort into it. Think we'll ever get Dragonlance characters? No, because this is Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. It's very hard for them to bring in named characters because unless there's some reason in 5e that they're in like they're on the Sword Coast or something, or in a 5e book that's set in the Forgotten Realms, it's very hard to bring that into this game. Wizards of the Coast just very well might not approve it, right? Now they can take a character that they say was originally in Dragonlance, like an original, and say this character was, born in whatever, but now he's on the Sword Coast. Like they can do that kind of stuff, which is how we have like Lazaps. Or they can, team up with a streaming thing, like how we have Lurking Rider. Is it the Ox Ventures? It's the other one. The other one that's from a homebrew, and they just kind of converted it close enough to 5e. Why am I not? My mind isn't thinking of the other group right now. Erois. Oh, we were just talking about them. Heroes of Erois. Jeez, Garwar. I'm done. Apparently I'm done today. So they converted them into 5e characters. even though it was homebrew. But that group wanted to do it, right? That has to be the thing. Like, they have to want to do that. And I don't know if Wizards of the Coast would want to have Dragonlance characters in a Forgotten Realms game, but who knows? $18 in regular supply chests feels like a lot, Sonata. Oh, I can't compare prices. You'd have to go look at what Modron chests cost. Maybe worthwhile to explain the difference between Forgotten Realms and Dragonlance, for example. Oh, they're different settings. I mean, I can't tell you. I am not an expert on Dragonlance. I don't really know anything about Dragonlance other than it's a different campaign setting. You know, if it's a vastly different campaign setting, it's not like Forgotten Realms is a very specific campaign setting created by Ed Greenwood. But then you have other campaign settings like a Dragonlance, which is created by other people. I can't tell you the names of their people off the top of my head. Again, I didn't really get into Dragonlance. Even Ravenloft is technically a different setting, but because the Mists of Barovia are pervasive and can appear everywhere, they added that into Sword Coast. It's not its own thing, but we have a little Barovian section, right, with Strahd. But Dragonlance is a whole other setting. Like, just think of it as a whole other universe. Maybe, like, it's hard to say. Now they're getting really weird about maybe it's just a different planet far away. Like, we don't know. It's up to Wizards of the Coast to kind of decide on that stuff. Once upon a time, there were crystal spheres. And technically, my homebrewed campaign is based off kind of that cosmology. My homebrew is technically in the Forgotten Realms, but in a crystal sphere far, far away. A long time ago in a crystal sphere far, far away. Not sure if they're still popular or not, but I hope we get Ivan and Pikkel Boulder Shoulder. I mean, I want the Boulder Shoulder brothers as like a tag team. I've always wanted them as a tag team. I thought they would be once they brought in Beetle and Grimm. I was like, that's so cool. But we don't have any other tag team champions, and I think the last I heard comment on that is it's a little rough to like only have half of like one champions out only one at some of the time, and you can't use them both together. But I think it's neat. Unfortunately, well, no, they have been in the recent books. I think they reference them in some of the more recent 5e books for Drizzt. Oxventurers Guild are from Guest, so they're from a different place too, but yeah. But it's different when like someone else owns that setting and may not want to let you use it. Like we don't have, like, we do have Spurt in the game, but that's because Spurt belongs to Chris Perkins, who works for Wizards of the Coast, right? It was easier for them to get Spurt in the game than, say, any other Critical Role champion, right? So it just depends. Oh. Yeah, they do have Knights of Takhisis references. Yeah, they've got those skins in the game, but they're basically they're cosplaying. Like if you think about the outfits in the game, they're cosplaying Dragonlance characters. That's different from bringing in a named character from the Dragonlance universe. Now, if people started playing Dragonlance campaigns and they got popular, and maybe who knows, maybe then they could bring in, characters created by TTRPG players into the game. But I don't know. Is Mind Flayer Dark Arch theme pack worth the money? It has extra unlock slot for that's up to you. You got to make that decision. For me, it was a yes, but it was just because I wanted Gale's Hand as a familiar. That was an expensive familiar buy for me. Everybody has different amounts of disposable income, so I always hesitate to tell people what to buy. But sometimes there's sales for things, and it is discounted at the moment, but that's still a lot of money. There's nothing else here for sale, but yeah, you kind of gotta make that decision on your own. Margaret Weiss, yes. There wasn't there another person? Yes, Tracy Hickman. Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman created Dragonlance. There was also a lot of hubbub about that for a long time, and with a lot of like grumbling and arguing and stuff. And now they've kind of settled that, and now Dragonlance is back and bigger than ever in Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah. The Great Modron March is also a different setting normally, right? No. The Great Modron March is a thing that happens once every so often throughout the planes, because like the place that they're from is a whole other plane, but yeah. It's all planeswalking, yeah. They're really trying to spread out the multiverse and crossover with, like, you know, Spelljammer and Planescape, and they're trying to let you connect all of the places, but we're just not quite fully connected yet, right? Wrong kind of tag team champions, Lurking Rider, but idol champions of the World Wrestling Federation, or now it's a whole other thing. Yeah, I'd be here for that. Oh man, I used to like the wrestling games, like back on the original Nintendo. I don't know why they were so fun. They were so cheesy, but sometimes cheesy and simplistic can be a lot of fun. Dark Urge kills multiple enemies in one hit. He gets a stack per enemy killed, right? That should be correct, yes. For newest player, which champion is the best at getting gold? I mean, Jarlaxle. As a brand new player, you should be using Jarlaxle as your DPS, and he is the best gold find for you right out of the box. But if you're not using him as DPS, then, like, I have him in here, but right now all he's contributing is gold find. If I needed damage, I'd have to swap him out for somebody else. But we're about to complete this. We got there. Ooh, maybe. We need E49 health on that boss. Should get it once we get some stacks up on the tanks. Maybe. Oof, that's a little rough. That's a little rough. Come on, start. There we go. Powering up. Powering up gets me more damage. But you know what's probably going to have to happen is... Oh, no! Nope. This is what's going to have to happen. Speaking of needing more damage. There we go. Swap Jarlaxle out, I put Tyrrell, adjusted the formation a bit, and we beat it, finally. And I'm out. This is in a variant. That's all I care about. I just want to get there and get out.